Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. I know I've been MIA for a while, but I thought what better time to return to making a YouTube video than right now in November in the midst of this Barnes& and Noble Criterion sale. And if you know me, you know that I'm a Criterion fanboy. So I've been active getting out there to the stores. I've picked up a few titles already, which I will show off at a later date. But today I just wanted to share 5 recommendations, 5 Criterion titles that I think are worth picking up or just watching. Even if you can just catch these on streaming, I think they're great movies. But if you can and are able, I definitely recommend you pick these up, especially right now. But these recommendations are going to be based solely on the film itself, not so much packaging, special features, or anything like that. As a matter of fact, some of these actually quite lack special features, which is quite disappointing. But the films are great, the movies are great. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Enough yapping. So, the first recommendation I have here is going to be this movie right here called The Day Trippers. This is a movie from 1996 and it's only 87 minutes long, so an easy watch. And it was directed by Greg Modela, who also directed one of my personal favorite comedies, Superbad. So when I found out that a director of Superbad also made this movie in the Criterion collection, I had to just take a chance on it. I had some credit at Barnes& and Noble, so this I actually ended up paying $0 for this movie, and it was still well worth it because I really did enjoy it. Obviously, I'm recommending it to you, but this is a great movie to watch, especially right now in the month of November, because this takes place on or right around Thanksgiving, if I remember correctly. It has that whole like Black Friday craze vibe. Not that they go Black Friday shopping or anything, but they're just running all over town. They're on this like wild chase, and it's a really fun nonstop ride. And it stars actors like Stanley Tucci, Hope Davis, Parker Posey, Liev Schreiber. And just like the title says, it basically takes place over the course of a day. It follows this family that the wife, I don't remember the actress who plays her, but the wife finds there's a wife in this movie. She finds a letter that was written to her husband, so she immediately suspects him of having an affair. So he works in the city. City of New York takes place, Long Island, and her family, and of course herself, they get in the car and they just make a trip down to the city to find out what's going on, to kind of confront the husband on what the letter's all about. And it just leads them on this wild hunt trying to get to the bottom of this. And it's a really entertaining movie. It's just funny, has of course like hilarious moments. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't want to get into too much detail about these movies, but definitely recommend picking up The Day Trippers. Now, another movie, my next recommendation here is actually sort of similar to this last one in terms of the setting, which is Something Wild. Also takes place in the big city, the Big Apple, and also like on the outskirts of it. They kind of leave town, but I'll get into that in a second. But yeah, this stars Jeff Daniels and Ray Liotta, Melanie Griffith. Well, it focuses on Jeff Daniels, and it kind of introduces him as this, like living this mundane lifestyle, going to work, same coffee shop every day. And he runs into this younger woman. I think she's younger, but the character played by Melanie Griffith. And she is like this eccentric, free-spirited type of personality. And they somehow end up getting in the car, leaving the city, and just going on a road trip, so to speak. And they end up running into this character played by Ray Liotta, who is an amazing actor. Like, by the way, like especially in this movie, definitely an underrated performance by him. I never really heard of anyone speak about his role in this movie, and that's a shame because he's really good in this, and he plays this menacing, intimidating character, and he does a fantastic job. I can't stress that enough. But yeah, like I said, turns into a somewhat of a cat and mouse movie, and takes twists and turns that you don't expect. It's a comedy, but also gets very dark at times. But yeah, this is a really good, fun, and at times unsettling movie. So really recommend this one. Okay, my third recommendation is going to be a foreign film, and that's called Bicycle Thieves. This is from 1948. Also a very short watch at only 89 minutes long, and this is in Italian. And it follows this guy right here on the cover. He is this family man who lives in poverty-stricken Italy. I don't remember if it takes place. Yeah, it says here post-war Rome. So just, a lot of people living in poverty and squalor, and this man, he gets a rare opportunity to start a new job, and his means of transportation, which is his bicycle, is stolen from him. So then he's unable to get to work. He therefore is unable to make ends meet and support his family. So he goes on this long search with his son, just searching for his bicycle and searching for the people responsible. And it's just a sad story, to be honest, but there's like these heartwarming moments between him and his son, also these like sad moments where he loses his patience, gets frustrated, and rightfully so. But yeah, it's interesting. It's just an interesting perspective, interesting tale. And yeah, I mean, recommend the watch. Like I said, if you're not into foreign films or you don't like watching foreign films, I think this is an easy one to get into because it's a simple story, and like I said, only about an hour and a half long. So yeah, Bicycle Thieves, definitely check this one out. All right, got another foreign film for as one of my recommendations, and this movie is straight up like amazing, and that's The Vanishing. This is a French-Dutch film. Not familiar with the actors in this or the filmmaker, unfortunately, but yeah, this was one of those that lacks in the special features. I'll kind of show it off here in case you want to take a look, but not much in terms of special features there. But yeah, the movie itself is fantastic. It follows this young couple who's on vacation. They're on holiday, they're traveling, and they stop to I guess like refuel their vehicle, and the young female gets out of the car, and she is shopping, I guess, or looking around for some snacks, some road trip snacks, and the man is out in the car waiting for her, and she never returns. And that's basically the setup of this movie, and it's the whole mystery behind it. And as we, as the audience, pretty much early on are led to believe or are given some insight onto what possibly could have happened to her. Yet the male character, it takes him a while. The main character takes him a while to kind of figure out what's going on, and it's not really a horror movie per se. It's more like of a psychological thriller, psychological horror in ways. But yeah, there's some very unsettling moments, some horrific ideas, because it's very realistic. Like, this is something that could happen. Especially at the time, like if you really put yourself in the time that this movie took place without the modern technology and things of that nature, like if you really immerse yourself in the setting and the time period, like wow, like this could have actually happened, and even today. But yeah, I really don't want to say too much about this movie. It's best to just go in blind as possible. That's how I went into it, and it was like mind-blowing. But I'll just say this, and it's not a spoiler, but the ending will stick with you for a while. I promise you that. And yeah, this cover is just doesn't, I don't know. Is there something in that? Oh, I just realizing this now. Like there's like a silhouette of a face. That's crazy. I had never noticed that. I don't know if you can see that, but wow, I had never noticed that. Alright guys, so my final recommendation here for today is going to be this Stanley Donen film, and that's going to be Charade. This is from 1963, and it stars the greats Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant. And I'm not familiar with Audrey Hepburn's work as much, and even Cary Grant, he's been in a ton of stuff, but I've mostly seen his earlier films, from the 40s in black and white, where he's this suave, mysterious character. But he really plays a different role in this, I think, especially, this film was made in color, and he's a bit older than what I'm used to seeing him. So yeah, that kind of age difference between the two is a little weird at first, but once you buy into it and you go for along for the ride, it's a fun time. But I don't even know how to describe this movie. It's just like so many genres blended into one. There's so many twists and turns. Like, this cover honestly portrays it perfectly because it's just chaotic and, you know, it's all over the place, and that's what this movie is, but in a good way. But the story essentially follows this Audrey Hepburn's character, and she's in, I want to say, Paris, and her husband, who was recently deceased, was in possession of some valuable, I think it was money. I want to say it was money. Some riches, we'll say. And so some goons are after her because they believe she has it. And she may or may not have it. I don't want to say, but it's intense. Cary Grant comes in as this like savior, but then you're like, is he the savior? Could he be? Could he not? Is he actually against her? Is he with her? And it's just a really intense and entertaining thriller with some comedy elements, and it's just really a great movie. Definitely one of my favorites from the 60s for sure. So that's Charade. But there you go, guys. Just some quick recommendations. Show them to you one more time right here. So these are my 5 recommendations for this November sale. Definitely, if you can pick these up, I definitely recommend them. And yeah, like I said, I've already bought a few more Criterion titles to add to the collection back here, but I'll show those off at a later point. Might make a video, might not, but I'll post them on Instagram at least, so you can follow me on there if you want to check out what I picked up. I'll put all that in the description. But yeah, guys, this was a short and sweet little video. Just wanted to talk Criterion with you today. But hopefully, let me know, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've seen any of these, which of these do you enjoy the most, or if you plan on picking any of these up. That would be awesome. Let me know. All right, guys, I'll get out of here. I'll let you go. But yeah, happy hunting, happy Criterion hunting. Have a great Thanksgiving. If I don't see you until then, take care. See you later.